Take a ride down memory lane, where the chrome still shines and the gears remain. From Morris Minors to Mondeos, those wheels of the past. We had one of those, oh yes we did. From Sunday drive to trips as kids. Hop right in, relive the glow, touch the past. We had one of those. We had one of those. We had one of those. We had one of those.
Welcome to the National Motor Museum. Yes, we're at Beaulieu, and I'm going to reintroduce you to 10 wonderful old friends, and I'm pretty sure you won't have seen them for a long, long time. Let's show you the Rover 400. Sorry, the MG ZS. I'm getting confused. I'm sure it's the same car in different clothes.
The new ZR and ZS from MG. Life's too short not to.
I don't know if I'm sat in a Japanese car, if I'm sat in a Rover. I can see MG badges everywhere. What is this?
So this is an MG ZS. So right at the beginning of the 20th century, the remnants of the Austin Rover group were back to that old game of badge engineering. So this car had evolved as the Rover 400 series. And yes, you're right, Japanese, because there's that deal with Honda that goes right back to the 1980s, where they're cooperating on the design of small and medium-sized cars. So there is a good deal of Honda design input in the Rover 400 series. And the Rover 400 series develops through the 1990s. When we get to this iteration of it, I mean, it's actually a very nice, roomy, if slightly boring, saloon car. So the early 2000s, again, we go back to badge engineering. We can put an MG badge on it. We can tune it. We can lower the suspension. We can offer more powerful engines, and you start making a sporty saloon car. To cater for the sporty market and if you like, for the people that are still loyal to an MG badge.
Well, we were discussing various makes earlier, and I know we were saying that Jaguar had a real tough time in the 90s and the noughties getting younger drivers into their cars. You could argue that Rover did a pretty good job with this. It's a bit boy racerish, this, isn't it?
Well, indeed. I mean, Rover, we always used to say, remember back in the 1950s, the big old Rovers, your Auntie Rover, because they were solid, they were reliable, they were dependable, which ultimately means boring. So trying to sell a Rover to the younger generation isn't easy. So you stick an MG badge on it.
And a big bore exhaust.
And a big bore exhaust. You make the engine more powerful. You put a colour scheme on it. You go racing, because the MG badge versions of these were used in British saloon car race, championship races. So you do make them sexy. You do make them sporty.
I've got to say it, Patrick, I don't want to say it, but it does look a bit cheap, and it's got that self-destructing interior that obviously wasn't built to last.
Yeah, this one's clearly had a bit of a hard life, and I guess the thing about making cars affordable is you have to build down to a price, so that you can sell them and make a reasonable profit and provide the customer something that they feel they can afford.
Why did so many cars, even in the 1990s, I'm thinking of Jaguar and even Range Rover and this one, get the saggy headlining? What was going on?
Yeah, I don't know what the reason behind that is, actually. It was just quality of materials or something. I honestly don't know. But
the glue obviously didn't last.
It is a feature. It is a feature.
We make a contribution to the Treasury of around £500 million. We make things better for more than 6,000 employees. And we make tens of thousands a little better off too. Our sponsorship makes winning easier for Britain's finest athletes. And our exports make the balance of payments healthier by over £2 billion. MG Rover, we don't just make great cars.
There's two reasons any manufacturer goes motor racing or rallying or whatever in Inform Motorsport. One, you want to prove your technology, so you're looking to develop the technology, to test your technology, but ultimately you want to sell more cars. And talking of racing and rallying and competition in motor cars, Alex, it goes back to the old Ford adage, which was if you win on Sunday, you can sell on Monday.
For boy racers, I'm going to play you a fabulous tune, but it won't come from the stereo.
I saw a park by the old arcade. Sun hit the bonnet like a razor blade. Red hot badge and the engine purrs. Kicks like a mod in a fight with the world. MG's, you're cool as chrome. Snap of the throttle, I'm never alone. Four wheels screaming, late night star. Burning the street in my Rover car.
It's easy, of course, to take cars for granted, especially this day when I would imagine so many families have maybe 3 or 4 cars per family. Mum, dad, and a couple of kids. We take cars for granted, but of course they are such a joy in our lives. And this one is fun to drive. It makes you feel good, this car.
Rebels ride slick and absurd. MG's, you're cool as chrome.
What this little MG does is if you've got to go out on a Friday night to pick up the takeaway, you don't mind going because you know you'll get in the car, you've got maybe a 7 or 8 minute drive, and you can have fun on that drive in this car. It's like the fountain of youth. I feel young again driving this.
One of the really interesting things is the experience you get when you sit in one of these cars, how holding the steering wheel feels, the look of the dashboard, the look of the dials, the feel of the seat, the sound of the door closing. All of those things really bring memories flooding back for people, and I think that's what makes We Had One of Those really special.
Yo, we had one of those.